All right. Well, let's see here. I'm about to start a Twitch stream. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. All right. So let's see here. I have no keys programmed yet for this thing, so that could make this a fairly interesting proposition as far as how the airplane performs. All right. I've already got live control of power, so that's good. Two niner, 6-9er. It's an incredibly low altimeter to be starting the day with. Alright, man. If you say that's valid, I'll take your word for it. Okay, both arcs look like they're in the green. They are. Not over pressure, and I'm not under. 268 on my course. Almost. There you go. 268. Set. That bug should be set. Alright. I can barely read that. Airspeed should be around 300 knots, altitude of 1,500 feet, 3 miles from the threshold. I'm not going to fly an overhead from here. So, airspeed of 260, dump the gear. Flap should be in auto position. I guess I'm in. I'm too fast for that. Dude, I'll just land it normally. From where I'm at, I don't need to fly an overhead. I'll fly about a 145 knot approach and we'll go from there. Get some boards out. How far out am I? It's not even telling me. I have a field in sight, so I'm not too worried. Not going to mess with trim too much. Get that power back. If I got to put some G on, that's what I'll do. I'll bring up my control settings. You guys probably can't see that because it's right behind my... Alright, we'll roll the brake back in. Through 260. Man, she's wobbly. I need to build some dead zones into this. You can see when like I'm scratching the back of my hand, and as I'm doing that, it's causing it to maneuver. So it's obviously not great as far as sensitivity. Go ahead and take some more power out. Hold the nose off, trim the nose up slightly. Here we go. That'll get me through 260 for gear blowdown. Yeah, nobody needs to go to the overhead at 3 miles, dude. Gears in transition. Nose is coming up. Still fast, that's okay. We'll roll that brake out there on about a 2 mile final. Oh shit, I didn't program the assisted arrival setting, so that's going to be good. And the Scotia power, she doesn't hold well once she starts to depart. It still feels like I'm a little quick, huh? I think my fence speed will be about right. Man, she doesn't give you a lot to play with, though. Supposed to be at around 145. Plus I got a little gas on board. So, add maybe 10 knots. There's the donut. hold the donut. So 150, 155. Still feels like I'm a little fast. The weight extra's pretty level. Oh, it's wanting me to go to an overhead. Dude, none of that is occurring. I'm touching down on the donut, and I'm calling that good. And the chute's out. And I think I'm going to get her stopped. Yeah, who needs to go to the overhead? That is stupid. Don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. This is such a weird nose wheel steering system on this thing. If I can show you it. As I go outside the airplane here, as I move the rudder and engage that, it will hold. I've let go of the rudder. It's centered. Now, I have to recenter it each time I want to turn. So you end up in this situation. Put the canopy back down. Whereas you taxi, the aircraft will go straight. If you need to put any rudder in, you put it in, and they get it where you want it going, and then tap that. It's almost like the MiG-21 with that pneumatic braking system that it uses for the gear, the nose wheel steering, which is, again, no less odd on that aircraft. Except you have an accumulator, and you can blow the accumulator where there's no pneumatic left. So you actually don't have any authority to get the nose moving one way or another. See? So like right now, I have no way to know where my nose wheel is in relation to... Did I run out of fuel? No, what did that thing do? That's crazy. Alright, well for whatever reason, my engines have shut down. Because for some reason it's showing both engines under the hump. That's interesting. But pretty neat. I mean, there's obviously some stuff that I need to do with it to get it running. To get the airplane running is a super quick process with this aircraft. The only thing I really programmed so far into my stick and throttle is to get the aircraft over the hump. But like here, it's super quick. I mean, battery, 2 generators. Right, so both generators on. Fuel flow set. Tab, F8, F5, F1, connect air supply. And every time it says that, it makes me think of the band. So, ground power is now connected. So now it's tab, F8, F5. Apply. So it's applied. Now what we do, so I'm going to bring that throttle over the hump like so. As soon as I see that run over about 10%, I know I've got power. Boom. There you go. I just heard the door thump open. So where this says air intake door is closed, as soon as this runs through about 50% and hits idle, I should see this go to a crosshatch. Crosshatch means that I have an asymmetric door configuration, which is actually good, right? That's what I want right now. So, kill that master caution because it's not really. You can see that crosshatch there, and outside the aircraft what that looks like is that. So you can see that door is blown open on the side. On this side it's not. So what I'll do, since I'm looking at that anyway, I'll go and pull those boards in so I don't try and take off with those like that. When I go back out to that view, I'll show you it. So hit tab, F8, F5, ask them to apply air supply, they'll run it to the other motor.
Copy.
So ground crew acknowledges. See that N1's above 10% on that motor. Engage that starter. It doesn't know that I've already done that.
Copy.
Let's run the second engine over the hump. There. That's alive. There we go. Second engine's turning. You can see the door's not blown open yet, but it will. As soon as that engine is turning at a high enough rate, I'll see that door come open. There it is. Door's open, and now that says open versus it giving me. I think that's wrong, because it says fuel consumption is around 400 pounds per second. If that airplane is using like 100 pounds or 80 gallons per second, there's a problem. So now I'm just looking for pressure hydraulics. Left engine. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to adjust some lighting. I like a little bit of lighting. There's somebody departing. This looks like Sembach or Ramstein or Bitburg or anywhere else that I worked back in the day. Engine instruments are coming up. All my pressures look good. Alright, everything looks good. Oil pressure is between 3 and 2. Have those guys. Disconnect that, please.
Copy.
See you later, Chief. Alright, man, let's get this thing rolling. We'll follow the follow me out. I'm not worried about the radar going into standby yet. I'm more worried about not getting killed on taxi out. And the reason that I'm concerned is because this aircraft has a situation where it can only run for 10 minutes with the radar in standby, because it will overheat. So it's telling me that, hey, if you need to, put it back in the off position if you think your taxi's going to be more than 10 minutes. I don't. So I hate this nose wheel steering system, man. I feel like I'm flying a tail dragger and I've got to S my way down the runway, taxiway, to see where I'm at. Alright. Like an Alconbury type Tab V situation. The old U2s and the aggressor guys. You know, it took me actually getting into the Air Force to appreciate what the aggressor controllers, the Gomer controllers, the Gomer pilots actually do for us. And it's pretty incredible. A tiny bit of nose. Man, it just runs away with it. Though I do like it. It's pretty fun. It's just a cool airplane, man. Like, who doesn't like an F-5? I guess whoever's getting gunned by it, but for everyone else, they're pretty fun. I almost want to watch Speed and Angels again just to see how these guys do their taxi. I don't think I need the full length here. Go right under this dude's rotor. See, it's funny, man. I can move my feet however I want, and there's no rudder change until I tap the nose while steering, and then it engages for a moment, and then it turns right back off. It's so weird. It's not anything that, man, I would hate this system in real life. It just feels so counterintuitive. It's not even like a castered nose gear like the Grumman Tiger or something, where like At least that made sense, where it felt like a shopping cart all the time. This feels just weird all the time. It never feels like you have authority over the nose gear system. It's so annoying. There's no like control over when it's going to come back left or go right or whatever. It just kind of does its own thing. All right. That's probably about as close as I can get it to straight. Alright, so let's go. Alright, let's set the flaps for auto. And they are full. So let's do that. Yaw dampers are set. Instruments look like they're set. Flaps are at full. No ammunition, set to 6. For trimming the airplane, that's set to about 6. Flaps are full. Here we go. Let's hike the nose. Very interesting thing in this airplane. I'm raising the nose gear to give me better AOA. So now, set 0 altitude on the altimeter. This is really weird, man. I don't know why they're having me do that, but because there's no weather reporting station here. Let's cage that. Alright, that pilot's caged. There we go. Oh, it's because I've hiked the nose. That's cool. Alright, let's run up. Yeah, that guy didn't know, obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. So I'm on the runway at 100 knots. Follow me. He's like, hey, start following me now. That was the guy that I did not wait for earlier. 175, that'll give me a nice clean rotate. Gears coming up. Handles in transition. Gear lights out. I just went right over that fucking UH-1, I think. Man, it's like I have flyaway trim on it. Oof. Man, she wants to go. Alright, I gotta bring that up so I can see what the hell I'm set to as far as trimming it. That's a more neutral trim. That works. Wow, man, she's quick out of the gate. I'm at 350 right now. It's beautiful. I mean, I can see the Twitch feed, and it's nowhere near as pretty as the actual game is. The colors are really desaturated in that. Those clouds look totally real to me. Oof. Got a little frame buffer there. I don't know if somebody's jumping in or out. 450, man. Turn the downwind, you're at 450. Excellent. trying to blow her. Feels pretty trimmed. There's the airport that I just departed. So, it's pretty good. Let's give me a air gun. Let's get that reticle up. My Eagle's been in a few of those peppers. Sun's coming out behind me. Got clean pylons today, so no gun, no nothing. Accelerating through 600 knots, man. She likes it. No bullshit there. She's not afraid to go upstairs. We're at 12,000 feet and just departed. So. Wow. She'll go. I'm through 300. I still think she's controllable off the top here. I'm killing the pitch user here. So she'll roll there. It's weird, man. I haven't flown with Track IR in a while because I've been flying with Oculus Rift. It's tiring on my neck. Like, feels like my neck is set up. I'll be back through supersonic in no time. Coming downstairs. Let's go. I don't care about those, but let's go flyers. Oh man, those are coming off. Supersonic. Yeah, she's quick, man. She's really quick. My problem is how much fuel do I have left? She's super fast. Acceleration's nuts. Yeah. Man, I am hauling ass right now. 700 knots down this low, but it's stable. She's stable as hell. I could gun with her. I could do anything with her. She would fly great. I'm all kinds of supersonic. She just carves. So now I'm watching. So flaps are up. This is coming around. G's coming on. Try not to knock myself out here. Just hold what I got. She's not bleeding. So instantaneous, like 3, 4G. She holds. Yeah, I could do some damage with this airplane. My compass is freaking out on the acceleration, deceleration. Yeah, she's smooth as silk, man. She's fun to fly down low. It's a terrible time to do that, Rob. I thought so. I'm right back over the top of the field. In the break. Do I really have like 8,000 pounds of fuel on board? I doubt it. And she's fun to fly. Hook in, G's coming on, flaps are up. I'm just watching that. So the flaps are up. As I start to turn the corner, she starts to get some G shutter on her as I'm coming through about 80 degrees a turn, which is good. That's right about where that should be happening. And I'm bat turning her pretty good, and the flaps have stayed up. That's pretty interesting. Let's go back in. I'm back to 4. G's coming on. Man, you can bleed 100 knots and gain it right back. I like it. So that's now an absolute altimeter based on field elevation, right? Because I set QFE. So I'm literally at 200 feet here, and these trees are 100 feet tall. So, yeah, so let's just see what she'll do, man. I'll put some G on her. We'll go upstairs. And I'm just going to run her out at the top and see what happens. Shit, I lost the ground there, so that don't help me. That does. I'll get to right there. Where am I at speed-wise? I'm still through 300 at 18K. God damn. She'll go, man. She's no eagle, but she'll go. Now let's see. I'm going to use the AOA pitch and aileron override so I don't run her out of speed. No, she's right back. 150. Flaps are still up. I have a feeling those flaps are not in auto. That they just stayed up the whole time, but that's fine. I felt like they were moving in auto earlier. Trimmed about where I'm at. 225. She's a little harder to build speed up here. Now I never touch the throttle, obviously. She's been in blower that whole time, but she's not building speed, but she's obviously indicated at 25 here. So I'm still cruising pretty good. It's funny, I'm using the radar horizon bar instead of the ADI, which is probably bad form. It's probably an easy way to get yourself killed. So Yende is 5 units, still climbing slightly. I say climbing slightly, it's like 4,500 feet a minute. Like how I made that sound like it was no distance. Man, she's quick. I'm not super, I'm probably pretty close. I was. Looks about Mach 1.1. I like it, dude. It's a really fun little airplane to fly, man. You can put some distance between you and an airport quickly. I mean, you can see that. I'm a long way from where I just was. Follow the coast down. There's a VOR or a NDB under me. That's always funny to me. And it is beautiful. There's no doubt. That's a dangerous looking uniform right there. You never want to see that guy going one circle with you. The merge. You don't really see him going 2 circle with you either. You just don't want to see an F-5 there. Pretty humbling experience flying against those guys, man. They're the last of the great dogfighters in the military for sure. I mean, so what's your whole mission? My whole mission is to go out and dogfight the airplane every day, all day. Those guys must leave the Saints and just be completely bummed out when they leave Key West. Like, damn, it used to be awesome. I used to just dogfight all day. Now I got an office job in some Hornet squadron. I'm training new guys. some rag. I can't help but plug that blower in coming downstairs, man. She is fast. See if I have any gun ammo. I've trimmed it to climb, man. She really wants to climb. Let's see. Ooh, button it too hard. Oh, I do have gun. That's awesome. Man, those rounds fall off quick, though. I do like that the covers blow out to run the exhaust gas away from the inlet. So on this, apparently now you can hit trees and you can hit power lines. So I actually have to duck under these legitimately. No, I don't. That's only in 2.0. Now, that'll give you some passive air sickness there. Going upstairs, looking straight back, rolling the airplane. Man, you can just run her off though. With no fly. Oh, I can feel she's about to depart though. But it's awesome. She gives you. She's not unlike the Eagle at particular airspeeds where you knew. Feels like I'm really low on gas right now. Feels like I'm low enough on gas that I should be looking at picking up about a 300 heading and looking for that airport that's on the coast. Yeah, it looks like about a 280 heading from here. Change my fuel flow. So my left quantity is. I'm finding it hard to believe that's 6,000 pounds, and if it is, then this is the worst fuel auto balance system I've ever seen. You're telling me there's an airport somewhere right up in there, and I do not see it. Not gonna worry yet, but I'll be worried soon. This is not an airplane that you can make a last minute play for the deck with. At all. It's just not that kind of airplane at all. Like you need time to get this airplane set up for an approach. Like absolutely. There's no, ooh look, airport, dump it in like an Eagle or a Viper, like even a Hornet. Like this is a, I need some time to get shit configured. There it goes. Now my flaps are in auto. Antalya Airport. And look at that. That is a function of speed with the gear up. I gotta get back to a normal seating position. I'm gonna kill myself. The very thing I just said, you can't do this, I'm doing. But I have some concerns over, I think I have an engine dead. Maybe that's what it is. Alright, well now I'm doing a single engine landing. That should be good. I don't want to get slow and low. Yeah, I've lost the left motor. That is true. For no reason. I wasn't inverted. I didn't do anything weird. Fuel pumps were both on. Alright, man, let's hold her off as long as we can. Get rid of some airspeed. Pop a brake. And a little fast. Let's hit the P key. Get that shoot out. I would love to know why that left motor is just decayed and shut. Wow, I wonder why. I read something about guys losing engines, single engines, or losing both engines in this airplane for whatever reason. So, curious to learn. But she's gonna do that. Let me bring her back over the hump. I can always do a crossflow, crossblade restart. I just don't see the point. So I'm curious if mechanically there's something wrong with the airplane, because it's kind of interesting. I have one turning, I can hear it. No, it is just the right motor. It's so bizarre. I wonder why. Oh well. Pretty interesting.